Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we finally met the champion of Kirkwall, and I'm actually really satisfied with how she looks. I think Amelia looks great. We are also finished with Cowl's Skyhold banters. We do need to speak to him about the other four to trigger the last one. So, Cowl. Yes. Cowl. But, buddy, are you okay?
He hunts the killer, but he's the one who killed her. He can't remember.
That is a film. I can't remember which one, and if I learn which one it is on the wiki, then I will put that right down here. Yeah, you've been doing some odd things.
So, Cowl.
Okay, let's start with the cheese and mint.
Someone stole an entire cheese wheel.
Mice like cheese?
Do mice also like bowls of crushed mint?
That was for the cats.
Which makes the cats play.
So the cheese lures the mice, and the mice lure the cats, and then they smell the mint.
Mint makes the cats dance and play.
Which amuses the cook, and from all the letters we've seen in the kitchen, the cook is a hoe.
Then the cook laughs at the cats instead of yelling at the scullery maids.
Kitchen fires are hot, like when Haven burned. The old cook lies under rocks, his head is in pieces. She needs to make it all work, so nothing will burn again. But if she laughs, she forgets for a while.
Ah, she's a hoe because she's traumatized. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you've been burning turnips.
Can I assume you're responsible for the turnips that have shown up in the fireplaces?
They don't smell the same raw.
No, they smell like turnips do.
You needed that soldier to smell them so he could die thinking he'd gone home.
He did go home.
Aww. And you've been hoarding daggers?
Someone found a barrel full of misplaced daggers. Was that you?
They were safer there.
You've been stopping fights.
Safer than on someone's belt where they could draw them in the heat of an argument?
They would have been sad later.
And you left plums by the windows?
Someone is leaving peeled plums on the windowsill. It's attracting flies.
Spiders need to eat.
And the spiderwebs help the healers.
And healers need something to treat infected wounds. Like spiderwebs.
The plums are already dead. But they don't mind helping.
Well, good for the plums.
Have you been stealing bread and throwing it onto the battlements?
You couldn't see the birds if I left it on the ground.
Okie doke, thank you.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
Now, fingers crossed. That should make the last banter trigger. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me. Yeah, this is the one that was by the surgeon. I knew one of them was. I may have to trigger a cutscene to get Skyhold to reset, though. Come on, someone around here should have something to say. Yeah, I need to get Skyhold to reset. We haven't spoken to Varric at all. He might have something to say now that we're at Skyhold. And I think Cassandra might actually, now that we've seen who Varric brought to Skyhold, and bearing in mind how Cassandra and Varric met. If you remember, the whole reason why Dragon Age 2 happened, Cassandra wanted to know where Hawke was. And do you remember what Varric said at the end? I have no idea where Hawke is. And we know now that that's a lie. So I can come back later. Fighting a losing battle, take a break. Oh god, flipping heck, Varric. Varric, don't look at me like that. Yeah, I can come back later, mate. It's no problem.
Is this a bad time? I can come back.
No, it's all right. Bills are really not that engrossing. I've been meaning to come talk to you anyhow. I never officially joined the Inquisition. I don't know how to do this disciplehood thing. I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
I'm just like you. Make it up as you go. Just do what I do. Just be my friend. No, I'm not a chosen one. I'm not a chosen one. I am just a regular-ass elf. Please.
I'm a person like any other. You don't have to treat me differently.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm overthinking things. You just don't know what you are to the people out there. The Herald of Andraste is a symbol bigger than any of us.
Oh, God. Again. Aenor's not a symbol. She's a person. What am I to them? What am I to you? I can't be bigger than myself. No, she can be. She can be, because she's feeling the stress of that. Ooh. This feels a little big-headed. I don't know, but like, oh, what am I to you, Varric? It feels... And no, I think clearly Varric gets around more than Aenor does. You know, Varric's a businessman. He will talk to his contacts and, you know, things like that. He'll have, you know... He'll actually have his finger on the pulse of, like, what everyone's saying, what everyone's thinking. So, you know, what is everyone saying? What is Aenor to these people?
So what exactly am I to the people out there?
The sky tears open, demons everywhere. To ordinary folks, these are the end times. The only hope they have is you. You're the sign that somebody might hear their prayers. That maybe they're not abandoned after all. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
I'm still me, though. Please don't sing. This is giving me a headache. Yeah. She's still Aenor. She's not the chosen one. She's not the herald. She's not Andraste's blessed, you know, elven representative. Like, she's Aenor. She is Aenor Lavellan. And she is being very... I think... It's like I said, she's like a cooling breeze that's trying to keep everything going. She's trying to keep everyone's spirits lifted, but it's taking a toll. It's really taking a toll. She doesn't want to forget who she is.
Whatever I am to Thedas, I'm still just an ordinary person.
So, just a regular person, like anybody else. Right. I should probably get back to work, unless, you up for a game of Wicked Grace?
Huh. And this is where we learn that apparently Aenor can play Wicked Grace. Maybe I could see her grandfather, her mum's dad, teaching her that. I can't imagine that any of her Dalish family would know how to play Wicked Grace. I doubt many of them would stay in a city long enough to learn. But, you know, Aenor, you know, when she's visiting her mum's family, I could see her granddad being like, Aenor, come, let me teach you how to gamble. That's right.
I've got a minute if you need something.
Okay. Let's discuss the Inquisition. I have personal questions. Red Lyrium, Corypheus. Ooh, we will ask all of these at a later date. Leave conversation. There we go. I'll speak to you later, Varric. Now then, now that we've had a cutscene, that should have reset Skyhold a little bit. So, come on. I know you're here. I know you're here. Oh, this is frustrating. This is frustrating. Let's try another cutscene. I think Cassandra should have one. I know it's supposed to be someone who's close by the surgeon.
You knew where Hawke was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me! You interrogated me! What did you expect?
Stay out of it, intervene. We don't want Cassandra to beat the shit out of Varric.
Hey, enough! You're taking his side? I said enough! We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but she had vanished. Then, we looked for Hawke, but she was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You who kept her from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawke would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Cassandra, back off. What's done is done. Varric, you bastard. Varric's not at fault. Ooh, I'm drawn between these. I just find it funny. We tried to find one person who was actually qualified for the job, and then we went after two people who would have been... Amelia would have been awful as the Inquisitor, let's be honest. Because here's the thing, she would have... I'm not gonna lie, she would have used it as like a... suicide mission time. Like, I'ma just chuck myself at shit until I'm dead, and I'm not gonna fight back. Like, I want to die. I am waiting to die. Like, if you want to make me Inquisitor, that's fine, but you're gonna have to deal with the morale boost, because I will not play along. And Aenor is willing to play along, but she's killing herself in the process. The strain of it. Two people who are not qualified, and the one person who was, they were, we give up on them. We give up on them. Ooh. Like, it's between these. Varric lied, but he was protecting his friend, but I do kind of maybe think that on some level, Aenor is thinking, I might not have been the Inquisitor. I might not have had to put myself in this position if Varric had told the truth. Ooh. Like, at this stage, I don't think Aenor... Like, if Aenor knew Amelia is suicidal, she wants to die, like, she wouldn't have played along. She would have just been like, hi, I'm the Inquisitor. Will someone please kill me? Can someone please kill me? Do you want to assassinate me? Like, I take all assassination attempts willingly. I will not defend myself. Like, that would have been horrific for people. Inquisitor commits suicide via demon or assassin. Like, that would have been horrible for the people. And I think if Aenor knew that, then I don't think she'd be thinking like, oh, why couldn't they have found Hawke? Like, then I wouldn't be the Inquisitor. But like, she doesn't. She really doesn't know Amelia. So, ooh. With that in mind, I'm drawn to this.
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So I must accept... what? That the Maker wanted all this to happen? That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawke most, Varric kept her secret.
She's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
We need to work together. Varric's earned his place. I'm well aware that's unfair, Cassandra. Ooh. That is unfair. He was protecting his friend. And I mean, us as the player, knowing Amelia, like, Varric did the right thing. Like, like he was thinking about his very mentally unwell friend, thinking absolutely she would not, she'd be dead within a week. She wouldn't be able to handle this. She's far too delicate. And like they did kidnap him. They did kidnap him and interrogate him. We do need to work together. And Aenor does consider Cassandra a friend. However, that's the thing with friendship. Friendship doesn't mean getting up someone's arse. Friendship isn't, oh yes, of course, whatever you say, I agree with you. You think we should go and kick some orphans? Yeah, of course, because you're my friend, therefore I support you in whatever you're doing. No, being a friend means saying, oi, I think you're being a massive bitch. I think you're being a giant turd right now. Fucking stop. Like, you're not acting like yourself. Like, sometimes, you know, with your friends, you need to be a little bit harsh. And right now, I think Aenor's thinking, Cassandra, you're being very unfair.
That's unworthy of you.
He did bring Hawke. Late, perhaps, but Hawke is with us. As are you.
You know what I think? If Hawke had been at the temple, she'd be dead too. You people have done enough to her.
I believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawke. I'm such a fool.
Oh... I mean, I think Varric's got a point. If Hawke had been at the Conclave, she'd be dead. Like, I think she would have stuck close to the Divine and been caught in the crossfire. Yeah, do you really think things would have been at all different?
What if you hadn't believed him and you'd tracked Hawke down?
Honestly, Hawke might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. She supported the Mage Rebellion after all. She wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawke, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
That shows how little Cassandra actually listened to Varric's story. For like 6-7 years, Amelia was supporting the Templars, but because right at the end she was like, I want the correct people to be executed. That's me and Anders. And you're saying you're gonna annul all the mages. I'm like, my Andrastian conscience can't go along with this. I'm gonna have to support them. But to Cassandra, that means, oh, she supported the Mage Rebellion, which she never did. Amelia never supported the Mage Rebellion. She simply wanted the right people to be executed for Alfina's death. That's literally it. Don't blame yourself. We're all fools, Cassandra. We need to do better. Here's the thing. Varric was very charming. And I mean, I don't think Cassandra had any reason to believe that he was omitting certain parts of the truth or lying. I mean, when Varric did lie, it was obvious. Like the the cutscene where they go into Bartram's estate looking for him, and it's just Varric, and he's killing everyone with like one arrow, and then there's Bartram, and he's like, oh brother, I was such an idiot. How could I ever compete with you for mother's love? You're so smart and incredibly handsome. Like, when Varric lied, it was obvious. And so I don't think Cassandra had no reason to believe that he was omitting certain parts of the truth. So yeah, I think you can't blame yourself for that.
You're too hard on yourself, Cassandra.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawke or the hero of Ferelden, The Maker wouldn't have needed to send you, but he did. I don't know what's to come, but you're more than I could have hoped for.
Oh, she really is. She's the sucker who's willing to go along with your bullshit. That's who Aenor is. Aenor's the one who's willing to be like, oh, all my personal freedoms, give them all up for the greater good. Okay then. I guess I'll do that. Okay, there is no one down here in the suspicious corner. Okay. Oh, I do feel very badly for Aenor in that regard. Here's the thing, I think I just like tortured characters. I liked my characters to go through a little bit of pain, sometimes a lot of pain, in Amelia's circumstance, but come on, one of you. Meh. How dare? Much offence. Ooh, I'm a little bit stumped for what I want to do next. As I've said, I don't want to leave Skyhold without finishing up the Cowl banters. I guess. You know, there is somewhere I could go. Let's head to the... Actually, can I just... Yeah, can I travel from here? Okay, because we have a lot of money right now. Okay, so we can't go up to the next floor. But we can travel to there. Aha! Yeah, we have an awful lot of money right now. And if you remember, there was a specific store that was selling one mystery item. I say we go and purchase that. And also, whilst I'm there, I think everyone should have their specializations by this point, so I should be able to level everyone up. So let's just go like this. And then at the beginning of next episode, I'll be ready to leave Skyhold. Yeah, I'll have done everything. So yeah, okay. Esque. And we want character record. Now then, does everyone? They do! Aha! Okay! Alrighty then. Let me see. Where am I? It's been ages since I've gone to my notes. They weren't there. They were in pictures. Come on, load up. No, I don't want to see a picture of Amelia, as much as I love her. Okay, so Sarah, there we are. Where were we up to with you? 10. Okay. 11. Tempest. So we want to go 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, and that's that. And I want to move this to there. Also, whilst I remember Aenor, that can go over there. And aha! The Inquisitor specialization. Lovely. We want, excuse me, Warcry in slot number 1. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Dorian, buddy. Dorian, right there. 10, 11. So we want to go 12. Dorian is a necromancer. 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. And Varric. Yep, right there. Again, I've got to find where I was at, though. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okie doke. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Now then. Oh, my brain? My brain just did a massive dump. I'm like, how do change out my party? How do that here? I don't think I can. Oh well.
Those who oppose thee shall know the wrath of heaven. Field and forest shall burn. The sea shall rise and devour them.
The wind shall tear their nations from the face of the earth. Lightning shall rain down from the sky. They shall cry out to their false gods and find silence.
Oh. So we've got an actual guy singing the chant there.
Ball in the Winter Palace, you stumbling fool.
Is that why I've had nothing but silks on my back for days now?
One must be on their best behavior if one is to be seen and to profit.
All for your pretty empress.
In the midst of war, civil and otherwise, oh no. I dress for everyone.
And Dorian is just walking up on him like, I'm better dressed than you, bitch.
Yes.
Good for you, Dorian.
What do you want?
Okay. You do you, whatever. Let's see. Do we have any codex entries that I missed? Oh, there are two of you now. Okay. Okay. Sir?
Inquisitor, welcome. Thanks to your investment, I have all manner of runners scouring the wake of your adventures. If there's a tome that eludes you, I will endeavor to fill the gaps. I will not deny you a good story nor valuable information.
Okay, thank you. Oh, hello, flippin' heck. There we go. Aha! Let's buy all of this. I demand it. Oh, flippin' heck. It's all gonna come up, isn't it? Oh. Oh my. Okay. Her perfumed sanctuary. Divine Rosamond. Now here's an interesting story. Rosamond was the youngest divine ever crowned. She was born to the noble Montbelliard family and groomed for the rank of divine by her predecessor, Divine Hortensia II. Records of Rosamond described her as a radiant beauty, and she captured the hearts and imaginations of the Orlesian public almost immediately. Not long after she was crowned divine, erotic art and literature featuring her began to make an appearance in noble Orlesian circles. The situations depicted in these works were entirely fictional. Divine Rosamond led a life that was beyond reproach, but it seemed that her purity only served to fan the flames of creativity in her followers. To them, reality was a meddlesome creature to be punted off the nearest cliff, and they showed no restraint in portraying the divine in the midst of activities both forbidden and often physically impossible. Several pages of a pamphlet containing a story about Rosamond still exist in the private collection of a certain gentlewoman who will remain unnamed. One page describes, in painful detail, Rosamond's perfumed sanctuary. The rest are dedicated to portraying the Most Holy at her daily exaltations before she is joined in worship by her devoted Templars. From Secrets of the Most Holy by Sister Damson. The Skyhold Garden. This is what you get if you go for the Chantry garden instead of the herb garden. O Maker, hear my cry. Guide me through the blackest nights and steel my heart against the temptations of the wicked. Make me to rest in the warmest places. O Creator, see me kneel, for I walk only where you would bid me, stand only in places you have blessed, sing only the words you place in my throat. Maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow. Lift me from a world of pain. judge me worthy of your endless pride. My Creator, judge me whole, find me well within your grace. Touch me with fire that I be cleansed, tell me I have sung to your approval. O Maker, hear my cry, seat me by your side in death, make me one within your glory, and let the world once more see your favour. And you are the fire at the heart of the world, and comfort is only yours to give. Canticle of Transfigurations, 12:1-6. Siege equipment in Thedas. Siege weaponry has been used in Thedas for centuries, with primitive equipment used as far back as the Third Blight. Nevertheless, it occupies a peculiar niche. Sorry, my timer was about to go off. Nevertheless, it occupies a peculiar niche in the tools of warfare due to its requirements. Any army wishing to produce trebuchets or catapults must be funded and organised well enough to procure both the necessary materials and the military experts to construct them. Throughout history, most armies who fulfilled such requirements did not take advantage of the situation. During the Third Blight, for example, Arlasans and Monsimard constructed catapults to fling flaming debris at the Darkspawn, but the expense of the weapons did not justify the limited damage they caused, and the Darkspawn were ultimately driven back by the Grey Wardens, not siege weaponry. Tevinter forces similarly had the resources... Let's try that again. Tevinter forces similarly had the resources to construct siege equipment when attacking the Free Marchers or defending themselves against the Exalted Marchers of the Black Age. Instead, the Imperium focused primarily upon the power of its Magisters, who were less powerful but more flexible than siege equipment, and who could more easily fall back when the tide of battle turned. As a result, in the battles against the Qunari in the Steel Age, generals found to their chagrin that the Great Oxman had left them behind. Qunari black powder is, most military experts agree, not magic. It is merely an advanced alchemy that makes their cannons more effective than any trebuchet ever could be. Nevertheless, there remains hope. As centuries have passed since the last Blight, and mages are now safely held in the circles where they harm none, the experts of Ferelden and Orlais may once again turn their great minds to learning. We need no magic, not where the minds of men survive unfettered. With our resources and our commitment to knowledge, we can easily surpass the brutal Qunari on the field of battle. From Qun, Guerns and Steel, Military Conflict in a Post-Blight Thedas, written 929 Dragon, shortly before the start of the 5th Blight. Oof! Oof! Cutting it fine there. Notes and letters from Therinfall. A drop of blood stains the corner of this letter. Night Vigilant Trentwatch. It is good to hear you escape the Conclave alive. Come to Therinfall Redoubt. Send a bird when you're half a day away. Knight Captain Denham will meet you. This was the big red lyrium golem dude that attacked us in Haven. Come at night. Ensure no one sees you. I will meet you in Denham's office. Things are happening in the Order. We must discuss them privately before you return to your duties. Lord Seeker Lucius Corinne, a scrawled note. Whatever comes, follow the instructions in the shipment to the letter. The officers know what they've signed on for, but don't start all the knights on Red Lyrium at once. Use the amounts we've parcelled out. Give them medicine for the pain. They need to be ready to fight again soon enough. These are your people now, Lord Seeker. Be a better master to them than the Chantry. If I hear differently, you'll answer to the one we both serve. S. This note is creased several times, as if it were folded and jammed into a pocket. Be wary. Every Templar will be on the watch for what you are. A Lord Seeker is never seen without ceremonial armour. I had a replica made. It should serve your purpose in Therinfall. Remember, Seekers have no place in the new world our master is building. The life of Lucius Corinne ends with you. If you remember, Lucius Corinne was the gentleman we met at the very beginning of the game. When we went to Orlais for the first time and he bitch-slapped that poor nun. And, he was the one who was like, the only destiny worth respecting here is mine, blah, blah, blah. And Cassandra made the comment of, he's behaving really weird. Like, the Lord Seeker I know was never prone to boasting or grandstanding. This seems really weird. And there were a couple of other letters we found basically saying that, like, oh, when Lord Seeker Lucius was appointed to go to the Conclave, everyone was really upset because he's a moderate and he'd just go along with whatever the Divine was saying. However, in recent weeks, he's been really, you know, like, oh, fuck the mages, the Templars deserve better, rah, rah, rah. Like, his behaviour's been really weird the past few weeks. So it wasn't just Cassandra saying he was acting weird. Even the Templars were like, he's had, like, a personality transfer or something. And, yeah, something was definitely going on at Therenfall Redoubt. The Penitent's Crossing. Pilgrims seeking to visit the Temple of Sacred Ashes are allowed to ride as far as the bridge known as Penitent's Crossing. Then, whether they be sick or healthy, young or aged, the pilgrims are expected to walk by the temple sisters who supervise the bridge. All but the very sick and old are asked to shed heavy coats as they cross the bridge, allowing the cutting winds to strip prideful fixation upon this world from the flesh. The bridge is also of significant military value, used especially for these purposes in the years since the Fifth Blight. As a choke point against bandits, rebels, or even Darkspawn stragglers, the bridge serves as a defensible fortification to protect the Temple of Sacred Ashes from threats. From Walking the Chant by Sister Dorcas Wherein. To be corrupted. The corruption is taking hold now. What doesn't hurt is numb. Head's all foggy. But the scientist in me can't help but describe what this feels like. My body is breaking down. The fingernails were the first to go. I started to itch all over, and when I scratched, they peeled back. Clumps of hair fell away, then clumps of flesh. I hear a song in my head. It's deafening. The most beautiful thing I've ever heard. But I don't hear it with my ears. It's in my brain. A blissful sound. This must be the call for which the Darkspawn yearn, that causes them to dig so feverishly. I'd still rather die. I suppose that's something. Missive found in the deep roads, signed only Warden Pierce. A nutty affair. Several months after Clemens II died, rumours that she had been a man in disguise began circulating in Val Royeaux. The gossip was eventually traced back to one sister Constance, who was present when the Divine's body was cleaned and dressed for her funeral. Constance had a weakness for barley wine, and spoke of Clement II's sensitive matter to a local tavern keep after having imbibed large quantities of the beverage. Revered Mother Estelle put the rumours to rest by declaring that she had also aided the sisters in dressing the late Divine's body for her cremation, and knew for a fact that Clement II was a woman. She went on to say that Sister Constance was mistaken, that what she actually saw was a squirrel that had clambered in through an open window and come to rest between the Divine's legs. From Secrets of the Most Holy by Sister Damson. And of course, on that, we finish. I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, we're gonna go buy the thing from that guy who was an arse to us before. Everyone's gonna get leveled up. Hopefully, that final Cowl banter will spawn in, and then sometime in the next episode, I had hoped to do it right at the start. However, I have a few other things that I need to do tonight, so I can't keep recording, not really. Yeah, at some time during the next episode, I do hope that we will be able to leave Skyhold. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.